Happy Killdozer Day, everybody. We are here on the YouTubes, on X, coming to you live with a lot of major news. Make sure you follow me here on X and all the other platforms. Man, we're getting pretty close to 78,000 subs, I think it was. So, or God, we might be coming up on 79. So shout out to everyone for supporting the channel. It's been a rough morning in terms of feeling betrayed. Someone by an organization. I have had a lot of issues with this big, beautiful bill, and it looks like Elon Musk is real pissed as well. So we're going to be taking a look at that. And a lot of Bitcoin fun out there. Really, I made a little bit of a trade this morning in the Discover Investments Group Discord this morning. Made like 11%, nothing huge. Just had to get back up, to trading. I was watching out for the 50 or 105K washout yesterday. We did get that this morning. So I put a little long in, took the profits in the short term. But you know what? We got a lot of kind of difficult things to talk about. Now, I know I'm on YouTube, and I am going to cover some of the darker aspects of why I feel so betrayed by the current administration. And I will say it in a way where we won't get banned off the internet. This is a very serious subject matter that we're going to be diving into, so bear with me. Good morning, everyone. Bad Fox, Amicus, VZ, Fat Cat, Mad Crack, Wispy, Crypto, Steve-O, Deucey Does, Crypto. What is up, my good man? Ready to hit Hot Fire, Mad Crack, Sufficient Enough, DeFi Tard, Ninja Glock, J Mizzo, and the rest, Jay-Z, all the homies here. What's this, Aldo Hernandez? No, I closed the long, Aldo. I closed it for 11%. I'll let everyone know. Riza did it too. Ellie, good morning. My intro makes you want to play Doom. Play yourself some Doom. Doom is a great game. I almost bought the new Doom game too, but we're going to take a look at the markets here. And honestly, one of the biggest sketchy things coming out right now for altcoins, and particularly meme coins, is PumpFun is launching its own token. We're going to take a look at all of the different metrics of, the revenue, kind of the money that's been coming into PumpFun, and really what the hell is going on with this, because it really seems like a mess is on the horizon for Solana. But we'll take a look at Bitcoin first and foremost here, and kind of give you my thoughts on where we're at currently. And I was dissenting against Kelly this morning. It's worked out so far, but he's warning against some downside potential, and it's undeniable. This could be set up as a head and shoulders, but I am seeing higher lows and a general trend line being built out here on where we're, God, I mean, it almost goes back all the way there. Look at that shit. We didn't get all the way down to, tap this level on the way up, but it's kind of an old school trend line we're riding on right now. The thing that's got me a little bit wonky and why I don't have all of my hell yeah, let's go moments and signals on right now is this 4-hour MACD is potentially coming to the downside to create a little bit of a downward pressure, a little bit of a reset. Now, my hope in this is that we can hold as that 4-hour MACD comes back down to find some equilibrium. We can hold above this 103, 103.5 level. This point of control, if we can reset that 4-hour MACD to the downside and get the clip to the upside while holding at the POC of 103.5, I'd be feeling really, really good. So I really, I'm being cautious about this. Still put in a trade and made a couple $100 this morning, but got to be careful because trading and, all of that activity, it's about living to fight another day in leverage trading. So this is where we're at currently in Bitcoin, coming in at $105,300. It did do a little bit of a liquidity grab this morning here, and this is kind of what I do. I was just shooting for this short-term little, amount. What is here? Oh yeah, I gotta do something. I gotta kill the LinkedIn stream. LinkedIn doesn't like me streaming, so get out of here, LinkedIn. Okay, don't need you anyways. Take that. Screenshot. All right, I'll show you the screenshot. I put it in the Discover Investments Group Discord. Right as I did it. That's where I'm putting all my trades. There they go. And I go live with them. Let's see here. There you go. L-Bank. Bam. It's in the Discord. Right there. Bam. I'm getting all kinds of messages. Everyone yelling at me. So this is, just a liquidity grab. I wanted to snag it, from like I think I got it at 104.8. just took a little bit of short-term profits. It was easy. Sat there for a half hour, messed around with the fam and made a little 10% move. It didn't hurt. Now we have some pretty big things coming up in terms of the FOMC. 14 days from now, we have the FOMC decision. I was just looking at this and just kind of absorbed all the predictions so I can give it to you nice and quick here. So no expectations of a change are coming from this FOMC meeting in 14 days, June 18th. On the 30th of July, there's another FOMC, and again, they don't feel like there's any change to the current interest rate levels, right? Trump's out here really kind of aggravated about this. He came out with this comment today: too late for Jerome Powell, must lower interest rates now. He's really trying to squeeze his political clout, his political control, and his demands onto Jerome Powell. I don't think it's going to work. And really, statistically, it doesn't look like the Fed has any reason to shift gears and start cutting until it looks like September. September is heavily weighted towards a 25 base point cut, as you can see there. October, slightly weighted for another 25% cut in September, later on, 1 month after that in October. And then December is a dead heat race, but there is a chance of another interest rate cut there. So 4-year cycle dead. We ain't dead. Sell all, hide and bunker. Bye-bye. Nasty stepmom. You know what? Okay, where's this comment? Hold on. I got to show this on the stream. Where is this? You met Isaac's mom at a washer machine convention?
You are banned!
Fucking doubt that, bud. Doubt that. Nasty. Unbelievable. You know what? I haven't seen you in a bit. This is for good measure here. All right. So now let's take a look at the rest of the markets here. CoinMarketCap. General fear and greed sitting at 57. I like seeing that right in the midpoint there. We do want to check out the actual graph. Oh, Kelly's dropping his meat right in front of the camera. He's teabagging us with a piece of pork. God, that sounds really odd. Give me that thing. Let me show. This is what Kelly, this is how he organizes his lunch in these delicious seasoned marinated meat packs. Unbelievable. Now he's going to cook it next to me as I'm fasting. Damn this man. Unbelievable. Drew, would you rather have 1 million legal Indians or 1 million illegal? You took it away. Why'd you take away that comment, H bar down? I was going to read it. Nice and slowly and clearly. All right. So let's go over to the chart here. Nice and reset. It's so funny how the fear and greed just flops and gropes from one side to the next. Now, in this view, I like seeing the fear and greed being basically flatlined. We're above $100,000 on Bitcoin, and people are still moaning and groping and complaining about the current price. Honestly, this is pretty delicious for me. I know. Come on, man. Pella Logic, bring it up. Bring the comment back. I love Indian food. Just, but this is all right. This is the better question. Which food is better? And I need to know from the chat. You know what? We might need to do a poll. Which food is better? The Indian food, like curry, vindaloo. Oh, my son. He's like going through the mini fridge. What are you doing? You getting a mango? All right, take the skin off, though. All right. He's getting a mango. All right, so which better? The Indian food or the Mexican food? This is a hard choice for me to decide. Indian food and Mexican food are delicious. Italian? No, but we got to choose between. The chicken tikka masala. But then you got the fajitas on the other side, man. They got all the flavors going on. I'm going to have to. All right, we got to do a poll. Hold on. Wait a minute. Come on, man. I got to do a poll on this because I need your guys' opinion. I need to know what Japanese food's good too. I mean, and you can tell I'm fasting because now I've already ended up doing a poll about food. Okay. Which food is better? Food is better. Okay. Very simple poll. Indian or Mexican? I really, really need to know. And you know what? Because maybe you're deciding what I'm going to go eat after this show because I am actively fasting and it's killing me. I hate this. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm trying to live healthily. All right. So back to the charts here. Nicaraguan food. DeFi Tard coming out with the Nicaraguan food chaos. All right. AA says Mexican. Isaac says Mexican. Where's Isaac? Oh, yeah, he probably would, huh? Yeah. I can't say his last name on the stream. He gets upset. No fentanyl laced fajitas, please. Yeah. So here's the chart, and honestly, like now I'm gonna be greedy on my next because I could see that we tapped this trend line. I could see this happening again. 1044, even within today. So I'm just gonna keep that in mind. I killed another trade. And you know what? Someone that's been killing the vibes on trading is this dude, James Wynn. Got liquidated again for $25 million. The man who says money is fake and the Matrix is coming to get him. Now the Arkham platform, the Matrix is attacking James Wynn. It's not the Matrix, it's market makers that want they want to liquidate you. They want to take the fees. Juicy, shut up. You can't say. Hold on.
You are banned!
Unbelievable. I'm having to ban so many people. You know what? I didn't think I'd have to ban this many people today, but it is what it is. Now James Wynn, and he comes out, he's asking for more donations. I thought money was fake. You're right. This is so aggravating to me to see this guy who's, I know if he's out there trading with, $1 million or $4 million, he's got a lot. Like he's probably, got a net worth of 100 mil plus. But he's sitting here asking for donations. Like, kiss my ass. You don't need donate. You're out there in a casino, playing in a casino, asking. It's like losing in a casino and then going out front with a pan and panhandling for more to go back into the casino with when you're wearing a Gucci tracksuit. It's the same vibes. So yeah, he's a poverty whale. So stupid. Now, this is the Trump message about Jerome Powell being a little bit too late on the Federal Reserve cuts. Hello, Kelly. He's creeping on me. I don't know if you can see him. He's out of frame right now. Where is he? What is this? God, he's so weird. Look at this. Look at him. He's hiding. Kelly, I'm wearing the shirt that I got from the Vegas bar or that party, the Ben Cowan party. Yeah. Come on now, man. Come on, man. All right. Who voted Thai food is good? All right. Where's the votes at? What are you guys talking? Mexican 77%. Mexican is firmly in the lead. Woo! David Middleton, nice. Good morning, Brianna. So many things going on in my life, All right. So now back to the show. I got so many wonderful people around me. All right. So let's bring this up. This is Cynthia Loomis talking about something very, very interesting. This is kind of like the concept James Lowry was talking about, where Bitcoin being like a digital stronghouse for data security. It seems that the military has taken an interest in our little market here. Let's have a listen.
Guns, bullets, drones, planes, etc. What do you say to critics like Jamie Dimon who say this is a waste of resources?
Yeah, I would say that even the United States military disagrees with him. That there are generals, especially in Southeast Asia, who believe it's important to have strategic Bitcoin stockpile because we're doing an economic war with China and we have to prepare for a guns and bullets war. But we need both. And so
Jesus.
All we need to do is look to the leadership of the current U.S. military to find support for a strategic Bitcoin reserve.
Senator Lemons, I'm also...
Wait, what?
And we have to prepare...
Wait a minute.
Because we're doing an economic war with China and we have to prepare for a guns and bullets war. But we need both. And so...
Bro, can we just not earn? Like, why? Why do we... I understand that, like... And I talked about it yesterday, but it's like... World War sucks, dude. I mean, how about just we are in a trade war and we need to economically back up the US dollar on stronger footing? Should we like say it that way? Maybe. Cynthia, I love you, but please. Why? Rolling on big bags in a maple and a koch, bro. Are you out of your damn mind? 2Us? Dude, maple is a mess. Maple is a mess. Maple was really big on like, it was like the RWA kind of like, they had some lending going on and all this stuff. I'm not touching maple right now, bro. You're nuts. We didn't want guns and bullets war. Ladies, yeah, we don't want that. She's like just talking casually about a war with China. That's not smart. Not smart. No, I don't think Maple's been killed. You know what? There's been so much information going back and forth on Maple and this syrup debacle. And I got out of the token at like 16 or 18 bucks and I stopped thinking about it. They rebranded to syrup. Yes, Crypto Stevo. You guys, let's work as a, you know what, maybe I'll hop into the basement Discord and we can really pin this down, because I understand why people on the outside looking in like, oh, Maple looks like a good project. Honestly, with the debacle going on and the rug pull accusations and stuff like that, I'm not in on that project. God bless if you go in on it. Akash, maybe. You know, I'm kind of in agreement with Crypto Stevo. Akash is kind of cool still. It's AI play. You're definitely waiting on the AI play. But this thing with Cynthia Loomis, I mean, you know, pretty casually calling for physical conflict with this, man. Absolutely not cool. Nick even got screwed by Maple. Fuck. I left the project at like 16 or 18 bucks. I was like, yeah, I even took a slight loss on it. And I was just like, whatever. You know. Oh my God. Devani, I know he was out there. He went to Africa and I was on a space with him about Scott Adams like a week ago. All right, but now we got to talk about something. We got some bearishness coming. Okay, PumpFun. PumpFun plans to come out with their own token. Now, I do want to start by talking about PumpFun in the realm of the, I guess, positive stuff that happened for it. Crypto Steve is going to love me for this, right? He's just going to love it. So PumpFun came out at the beginning of 2024. And, you know, that was back in this range. PumpFun, really, it had a double-edged sword because it created a lot of retail interest and hammering into Solana to then buy Solana meme coins, right? So there's some buy pressure that was created on Solana, the token, for the meme coins. And then the meme coins, 99% of them went to zero, but they locked total value of Solana into the protocols. Basically, it was basically a deflationary type mechanism for the Solana token. But what happened was Solana took over $700 million in revenue and profits in Solana. During this time, PumpFun took tons of profits, and then they sold the Solana on the open market for stable coins. So the buy pressures on the front end to get into the meme coins rug locks liquidity. That's great. A little bit of held, you know, deflationary action on the token, but then they dump it onto the market for USDC. Honestly, if the design and they just made some sort of backing of, you know, Solana bags, and they didn't, like, PumpFun is basically the emperor of Jeetville. It's the emperor of the Jeet planet. And when I see a PumpFun token particularly coming out and everyone's like, oh, maybe they're going to do it different this time. Maybe they're going to be better to the community. I was like, I absolutely doubt it. I highly doubt that. So looking at this, I did a space last night and it was for Mario. You know, we were talking about the PumpFun token, max extract or new boom. And this, I think, encompasses the situation invest. This is my co-host Pulse. Me showing VCs the PumpFun PowerPoint presentation. Here's some highlights from our live stream future. Click a man in bondage gear and dog cages. Click. A man on fire. Click. Man kills himself. Anyway, it's a neat feature. Users love it. Okay. This is basically how the PumpFun live streaming went originally. Now they say they have a bunch of moderators in there to stop that debauchery from happening. And this is a highlight of that background I just talked about on that graph. It's PumpFun extracted $700 million, right, in Solana and swapped it, hot swapped it for stablecoins, right? Photon, Bolex, Axiom, etc., all extracted another 200 million, so nearly $1 billion extracted. 0 airdrops have been talked about that would be injected back into the ecosystem to the people that got completely demolished on it. And this guy Jaws thinks it's literally over. So, and I do want your guys' comments on this. You know, do you think that this thing has some legs? But PumpFun has extracted this $700 million from degens. They psyoped us into thinking it's normal. It's not normal to do this to your community. These pumps of VCs that back this completely took over the industry. So now with this new automated market maker, they're going to take another $3 billion, right? And they want to bleed it for the community. At first, this made sense. It was fun. You launch a token for free in under a minute. Times were good. You know, you'd go in there, but now between these organizations, they've extracted nearly $1 billion. And really, when they see, now they've charged 50 times higher fees to do those same launches. It's no longer this free and fair launch pad. You know what I mean? It is quite aggravating to see. And originally it did have that kind of fair setup. It's not really that fair anymore. You know, when we talk about like user activity and stuff, bots make up a large amount of the transactions on the initial push and the bonding curve movements. It's just really quite aggravating for me to see a organization that extracted a effing $1 billion from the community not talk about any airdrop to come to the community to give back. Really, like, and everyone's like, oh, they're gonna change their tune. They're gonna be good to crypto. No, they're not. They are the literal emperor of Jeet Town. They have created Jeetimus Maximus. And you know what? Maybe I should change my name to Jeetimus Maximus, but at least I tell people when the hell I'm selling and I make it obvious and I hold tokens for a certain amount. It's very, 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 very aggravating. So am I wrong? Let me know in the chat. Am I wrong in saying this? Because I'm saying some stuff that's unpopular. I'm saying some stuff that honestly you probably won't hear from most streamers because they want to be popular and they want, you know, the people to come in. They want to look at the next 1000x $5 to $10,000 opportunity that's out there, and it's disheartening for me. So we will look at this next. These are the stats. Let's listen. So here's the fees for PumpFun, and let's go to cumulative. So cumulative fees, there you go. Got fees by protocol. One thing I am noticing is we are seeing a downtick in fees, like the super high. I mean, it had some really great highs. So when they increased the fee structure, you know, but they have been on the downturn. So, and you know, if I am thinking that this time is different for the most extractive protocol that I think crypto has ever seen, which is PumpFun on top of Solana, I think we're killing them. We're kidding ourselves here. So, you know, and one guy that made me laugh is Jakey. Jakey makes me laugh. He's Soul Jakey. This guy's fucking hilarious. He's starting up this like show Super Based. I think he's on Netflix with this thing. He's sponsored by all kinds of fucking things. Okay, so just take it with a grain of salt. Like he's Bonk Bot and all this stuff. And I have sponsors, but you know, it's like, first of all, my sponsors hard wallets. Like, where is it? I like Roth IRAs. I like tax incentives using Bitcoin IRA. I like Arculus cold storage wallet, and I like trading, leverage trading on LBank. Those are my sponsors. There you go. He's got a lot of sponsors, but this shit made me laugh hardcore. Let's watch.
Every single fucking time, dude. I buy a coin and this happens. It's a straight red. If only if there was a way that a technician or someone that's very smart with computers could just reverse it. Hello? Hello? Please.
Computer repair, how may I help you?
Do you have any availability today?
Tomorrow the next day, I can check my calendar.
Tomorrow would be great. 9 a.m.?
Okay.
That's perfect. Yeah, it's just one of the. Yeah, it's just like a chart problem that I'm just hoping to like reverse.
Okay.
9:10. Where the fuck is he? Our IT guy is on the way. He said between 9 and 9:15. Sorry if it's a bit of a mess. My dog just died. Here's my computer here. So basically, what has been happening, I'll buy like on the green candle, but every time it gets around here, or like even I'll show you some other trades, it's just red. So you hear about all these crypto traders making a bunch of money on these meme coins, like.
Yeah, this is completely like on the other side. So
You want to hit or
no, no.
It's so ridiculous, bro. You know, and this is, I just want to emphasize the fact that, you know, if you are looking at a meme coin, you're like, oh, this is funny. This might go to $1 billion or whatever. Buy $5 worth. Buy enough that you you literally feel nothing if it loses. Don't lose thousands of bucks on memes. Yeah, I looked at I think I have the FHE. I have the Mine Network article here, Steve-O. We'll take a look at it. Thanks for the super chat too, dude. How can I take gains without paying any tax? I mean, you can't. I mean, you have to pay a tax in some form or another. Now, this is where Bitcoin IRA comes into play, because you can actually take advantage of an IRA tax infrastructure, like the way that taxes are set up within IRAs, particularly. And this is why I think this is an awesome sponsor to have. So if you have questions about that, you want to figure out that you can trade over 75 cryptos inside of the IRA. So call 877-936-7175. Again, 877-936-7175 to figure that out. They have some experts that'll actually answer the phone. They can talk to you about what the tax infrastructure looks like within the IRA. So you can scroll down a little bit, learn a little bit more. It's bitcoinira.com, their website, where you can kind of take advantage of this Roth IRA setup. This is the main one. And it's got some serious tax incentives within it. So you have to be able to qualify for it. And you can trade within that IRA about 75 different tokens. Now, on top of the Pump.fun chaos that we had dealing with last night, we also had a mess unfold with a Trump wallet. Trump wallet came out. And let's see here. Reached out to Magic Eden. Eleanor Tourette reached out to Magic Eden about this post. Now, this is the original post. Let's go to the original post here. So, big news, official Trump wallet coming soon. First and only crypto wallet for true Trump fans. Free waitlist for chance to get a share of $1 million in Trump awards, the token Trump. And remember the OG Trump token, man? We fucking killed it on that token. That was the golden age of meme coins. That thing went berserk. That was the golden age for meme coins. It brings me back. Trump wallet powered by Magic Eden. You go under here, Trump organization has zero involvement with this wallet product. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump say they know nothing about it. And then we go to this. It's so confusing because then you have Donald Trump Jr. come out and he still hasn't deleted this post. The Trump organization has zero involvement with this wallet product. Eric Trump and I know nothing about it. Stay tuned. World Liberty Financial, which we have been working tirelessly on, will be launching our official wallet soon. So what? They're going to roll out another wallet with World Liberty Fi. Yet for some reason, you know, Magic Eden is able to use all the branding, all the imagery rights, all the direct connections to the Trump token, the Trump wallet. Like, what is going on here? Did that just this massive miscommunication? And then, right, what are they going to do until they come out and say that they're behind it? Like, what the hell is going on? They need to get control of this, you know, at the very least, unless they're behind both of these things. So yeah, this is their response, Trump's response, this Trump son's response. It's very weird. Magic Eden saying the app officially affiliated with Trump. It is the official wallet carrying the official Trump branding and IP. Magic Eden historically worked with the Trump project to support their NFT launches, and excited that we're working on a much larger project now with the Trump wallet. So very, very weird. Honestly, like, I think my pops is nailing it. They don't seem too smart. Like, did they give away the IP to Magic Eden like months ago and then forget about it? Like, no, we want to also do this wallet for our own World Liberty Fi thing. And Magic Eden's like, I got that. I mean, they might be getting played a little bit here. They might be getting played a little bit because there's clearly not communicating the truth. Like I feel like maybe it's their own personal truth, but it's not what's actually going on. So very, very interesting. We're going to keep an eye on that. Now, this is a question we must ask. We talked about Michael Saylor going on Joe Rogan, but also Charles Hoskinson. Who would you guys rather see on Joe Rogan? I think Charles Hoskinson, having freshly bitten hands of tribal ants inside of this little ritualistic hand thing. He owns a Black Hawk helicopter. He's floating around, saving people, or trying to deliver goods during floods. He has hawks. He does the hawk flying. I think it'd be a pretty interesting thing. Jay's thinking, please not Charles. Wispy thinks Charles would be a good one. I think Charles would be better at shilling altcoins. Saylor would be like, literally only Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only thing that exists in crypto. I think Charles Hoskinson might be the guy to kind of talk about the other types of ecosystems in crypto. Who knows, though? I would expect to see either Charles Hoskinson or Michael Saylor on this podcast. Hoskinson did say he's going to be on a major podcast next month, probably the biggest podcast. So TradFi would laugh at us. I don't know. I mean, he's pretty good at explaining stuff. TradFi laughs at us anyways, Jay. TradFi laughs at us anyway. They laugh until there's like 4 or 5 months of just gut-wrenching gains in altcoins, and then they get pissed. They go from laughing to yelling on the spectrum there. So it'll be interesting to see this. I do have while we're still on the altcoin sector here, I will take a look at this. Mind Network, the launch of the first institutional FAG interface built on top of Chainlink to reinforce security for cross-chain transactions. So it's a testnet launch across Ethereum, Sepola, Arbitrum Sepola, and Polygon Amoi, intended to demonstrate Mind Network's privacy tech financial institutions can take advantage of. Oh my God, there's a wild TJ just appeared out of the blue. Now, other regulated intermediaries in the crypto market, Mind Network interface has achieved 650,000 active users and 3 million transactions in its testnet. It's got some testing going on. Okay. But it's also got some weird testicles going on. It's got homomorphic encryption. What do you mean? What about heteromorphic encryption? Let's read on to find out what this homomorphic encryption is. Fortifies cross-chain activity, thereby lowering security concerns and unleashing the value flow of tokenized assets for Web3 investors and financial institutions such as banks, yada, yada, yada. By building this layer on top of Chainlink, it's not only bolstering the security of cross-chain transactions, but also why don't I just buy Chainlink? Why don't I just buy Chainlink? Or what are we supposed to celebrate that is built on top of Chainlink? Everything is built on top of Chainlink. I don't know about this. Time test. It is a brand new token. So even if it is a ridiculous, useless product, I think it'll be able to pump. If they don't rug it, it'll be able to pump. I think that because of the timing of its release. So this is the all-time graph on this Mind Network token. It's FHE. And essentially what I'm looking at here is I'd be able to take like a small swing at it, just a little tiny bag of it at around 60 cents. Bet $2,000 it goes to the dude. You bought $2,000 worth of this thing. Oh Lord. I mean, I'm sure. Let's look at the volume. Let's see here. Volume's up 45%. That's good looking. Drew, I'm too bearish. What? I'm just trying to be reasonable here. I mean, the volume is up. The volume is up. I do like the timing of it coming out before. Like, I am generally bullish on Bitcoin's move over the next few months here. And its release into a bullish environment, I think, is going to help it. But, I just like to keep my entry points low. I'm not trying to be bearish. I'm just greedy. So, I definitely want to make sure that if I do get this thing, my entry point is low. Let's go look at the liquidity. Let's copy the contract address. Let's go to Dex Screener. See if I can find this on Dex Screener here to see where that liquidity lives. Woo! Is TJ working out? Oh yeah, he's moving. I guess that's. All right. What is this? This is the actual contract address. 19.5. It came out. This is on Deck Screener. It's got 80,000 holders. There's in luck. Couple millionaire insiders that bought nothing and are cheating that. They're probably played into this shit. Let's look at this. See, this is why I gotta have the yeah right type idea. Gots to be careful. I'm trying to protect a lot of people. Let's see here. I'm going to top traders. I'm just looking at where these guys, these newly minted millionaires, sold. All very recent sells. God, I want to believe in this. Trust me, I want to believe in this. Okay, I do. I want to believe. All of these huge sales are like very, very recent, dudes and dudettes. Yeah. I mean, I just read a bunch of buzzwords about Chainlink interoperability. Why don't I just use Chainlink? Liquidity is at 1.7 mil too. It might be locked. It just might not be registering as locked, but what you're seeing is basically insiders getting out after release, but it's still in testnet, but the token goes live while it's still in testnet. That sounds like a great way to, basically destroy a project before the actual protocol goes live. Honestly. Privacy, sure. Quant has the privacy aspect for banks too. It didn't work out that well for them. It's just, I don't know, man. Statistically looking at all these inside, I mean, when I see most of these big wins being insiders with no buy, Juicy's giving me the pushback. I'll read it out here to think through it here. This does encryption without ever having to decrypt, which is a huge problem, a Chainlink problem. Maybe, but maybe the first problem they got to get out of is the insiders cheating on everyone that's buying it. Maybe it has that technical fix, but I see insiders going like this and just I'll give you one of those. Interesting. I did go look at total 3. Let's go look at the total 3. Mr. Jason Casper's chicken. I know, Jay, I'm the same way, dude. I literally just care about price action. I literally only we've learned that here's the deal. We come into crypto years ago and we're like, Bitcoin's gonna fix the money and fix the world, and we realize that they ain't fixing anything. They're literally going to print $7 trillion in the next 5 to 8 years, even under the Trump administration. They aren't fixing anything. Basically, what we can do with Bitcoin and crypto is gain more money so we can have a better buying power, right? Like, we're not going to stop missiles from coming down. We're not going to stop the overlords at Palantir from aggregating all of our data, knowing exactly who's dissenting against the government in live time and sending drones to blow their brains out. Not going to be able to stop any of this. It's just about being able to be our own banks and control our own money. Yeah, and control what we can. Let's go to BTC, the total 3. Total 3. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to pull this up. God, I got a little bit sidetracked there. I'm feeling aggravated about this spending bill. I'm feeling aggravated. If you can't tell, it's an aggravating situation. So let's look at the week. All right. I mean, this doesn't worry me. This doesn't worry me where it's at right now, honestly. I mean, we could come back down and tap this old school, kind of previous resistance level. but I'm not too worried about it right now. Not too worried about it right now, honestly. Yeah, I was not following orders to shut down. We'd have T80 on the street soon. Guys, it's not looking good. Head and shoulders on the weekly. Oh, you're looking at this one? Come back down, pop this, and then head down lower. Well, I mean, if it comes down lower, it's got this old trend line to hold it up. You know, pop down like 733 bill. Is what it is. Is what it is. You know, I'm in it for the, and this is why I practice and do trading consistently, because I'm constantly making money. Fiat has no bottom, baby. That's right. That's right. So, you know, and we've been talking a lot about some rough stuff here on the show. Okay. I'm talking about something more lighthearted, which is, you know, and I'm probably going to get demonetized for this, but I'm going to do it. Actually, maybe I should set, if we get 100 likes, I will surely get us demonetized with this next video. Okay. Where are we at? Where are we at in likes? We're at 86 likes. You know, let me know if you guys want to see this. Get this to 100 likes. We got 87 likes. I'm going to hold off on this one until I see 100 likes, because I need some love before I go into this deep end here, because boy, oh God, you guys did it immediately. Really? You did it immediately like that? You do? All right, we're going in. Here it is. This is a shout out to Beavis and Butthead. Well ahead of their times, talking about one of the most polarizing, one of the most dangerous subject matters in our current. Dude, they're so ahead of that. Oh, this is what we were taught. I had to do it. I had to do it. It was some of the funniest crap. You know, and I need comedy. I need as much comedy as I can, because honestly, like, let's talk about the spending bill first. I mean, because there's a lot of aggravating points. And you know what? I said at the beginning of the show, but happy Killdozer Day. Okay. 6/4/2004. All right. Y'all from Colorado, you know what it is. You know what it is. Look into the Killdozer if you don't. But there's a reason for just the fight against the Federal Reserve needing to heat up, and this coming from a man, Elon Musk. Mammoth spending bills are bankrupting America. He's saying enough. This is not Apple, Tesla, or Nvidia. This is the U.S. national debt breaching above the $36 trillion level. There is a break point where if we are paying 2 to 3 times our GDP in interest on the debt, it's cooked. It's cooked town. Okay. And honestly, like, I think we're paying 1.5 times our GDP in like just their overall debt. The interest payments are now outpacing the federal spending for U.S. government military, and we have war hawks. Apparently, Cynthia Loomis is a war hawk. I mean, maybe she's just admitting something she already knows is happening. I hope she's not just a true and tried war hawk. But like, if they want to talk about a fight with China, like, that's it. The big print, the Seth Shepard is talking about. Like, we have this confluence where, well, you're going to talk us into a World War III where we need to print trillions of dollars just to have a fighting chance of continuing it. Jesus, man. So we're talking about the U.S. debt. Elon's aggravated. In November next year, we fire all politicians who betrayed the American people. He's calling this a massive, massive betrayal. So GOP is out here spending millions on luxury hotels in the Ukraine. No voting on any Doge cuts, right? No voting on all the cuts and all the random things that they were stealing from us and spending their money on. They're not going to vote on that. No. Spending 60% of their time on vacation must be nice. I feel weird when I take just like a week or two off. And I didn't even really take a week or two. I was still going live. That feels weird for me. They're taking like 60% of their time off. And it's supposed to be representing you and me. No codifying executive orders in a major reform America people have voted for. I feel very, very disenchanted. Very disenchanted. And I'm trying to be eloquent in my speech about this. Dude, Adrian saying that Beavis and Butthead have new episodes. What? I gotta watch those. Now, We move on to this. Elon's further comments on this. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. The massive, outrageous pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. And honestly, dudes and D-dads, I completely agree with Elon on this. Like, you know, and I don't agree with Elon on everything. Like, I'm not going to be putting a chip inside my brain, becoming some human hybrid. But the aggravation of the big, beautiful bill and just more spending is such a disgrace. It is such a disgrace. Thank you very much for the 20 memberships. Holy cow. Byron, Jason Casper's Chicken. You want to send me some stuff to look at? Sure. I'll check it out. You know, I might not use it anyway. Might not use it, you know, but I'll check it out. Maybe I'll show it. You know, sometimes I use Crypto Stevo stuff. Troy Lindsay got a membership. Shout out to you, Troy. Giving me the awesome outfit, man. Hell yeah, dude. What a badass. Thank you very much for that, dude. Byron Hardy. Really, really appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's just like I feel that the Federal Reserve needs to end. I feel that it'd be worth the economic catastrophe to end the Federal Reserve. And the reasons why I feel that is because we have been captured as a nation for over a century now by a private organization with the stamp of federal on it that gets to choose how much our money will pay, you know, how much money our dollars will actually get us, you know, how much food, how much we have a house. They decide all this stuff. They have this secret inflation that they can put on us, man. So this is why I think the omelet made out of cracking the eggs of the Federal Reserve are worth it. I know a lot of people might disagree with me on that. That's fine. I can understand why, because they don't want to have the short-term pain. I think that the short-term pain is worth the long-term gain of literally ending the Federal Reserve. And beyond this, you know, we talked about the spending bill and Elon Musk, his feeling of betrayal. Now I have the feeling of betrayal of Trump in the connection of this damn Palantir connection. Palantir, I know it's a bullish stock, yada, yada, yada. But this makes me feel extremely uneasy. And I've been really kind of soaking in this situation where Trump, at the beginning of, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, he tapped Palantir to create this master database on every American. But Palantir makes databases on basically every type of person across the planet. They're plugged into many different militaries. Let's have a listen to this. This might be a little bit, I don't really need to listen to this because this is going to be, you know, Palantir is a deep state asset and they've been creating databases of dissents against any government across the globe, right? But the main thing is that they are a data aggregator on a military level, and they're also designing some crazy shit. So they're the problem aggregator. They understand what the problems are, and then this is their solution. So let's have a look at this.
Here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works.
You got the face recognition, you got the wide field cameras, the tactical sensors, and the shaped explosive. Okay, so you have the target identification, you have the topography area understanding, and you have the tactical sensors for incoming problems, and then a small explosive on the and a very, very small item. Look at that. Tiny explosion.
Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents.
So this is probably the most terrifying weapon I mean, like nukes are awful. This thing is insane. Like, I hate the idea of these being in the hands of Palantir, but now it's, you know, this government connected organization, and it already has been. Like, clearly Peter Thiel has been behind it. You know, I knew that this was coming. It's just really sad to see Trump be the one to put ink to pen on this deal. And yeah, bees pissed me off. This is unacceptable. And honestly, like, imagine this is the situation. This is what military personnel have to go through right now. This is what they're doing. They have pages over their vehicles to try to stop like the larger ones. They're sitting there. I think that this is a shotgun or something like that. But it's very difficult to stop these things. Very, very difficult to stop these things. So, you know, in the Discord chat, I definitely got ourselves banned, or there's some feds hanging around there for sure. But feds On the other side of the realm, found some crazy stuff related to drones in Jerry Nadler's office. So I told you I was going to keep an eye on this. Let's have a listen to what they're finding.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself, because what I'm about to share with you guys is going to send shockwaves through Washington and straight into your living room. So just hours ago, federal agents with President Trump's Department of Homeland Security just launched a raid inside of the office of a sitting Democrat. And what they reportedly found out could change everything that we thought we knew about national security, foreign warfare, and of course, political corruption. Guys, we're talking about drone tech, not just any drone tech, classified military grade systems, eerily similar to the ones that were used by Ukraine in their devastating strike that took out over 40 Russian warplanes last week. So now, like, how did that same technology, banned, encrypted, and internationally monitored, end up inside the office of one of the most powerful Democrats in Washington, D.C.? Well, guys, this wasn't just a protest. This wasn't just ICE enforcement. According to sources, this raid was authorized directly by President Trump after Intel flagged the chilling discovery that linked drone warfare, illegal foreign assets, and a high-level cover-up happening right here on American soil. Oh, and wait until you hear how the exact same remote trigger launch systems seen overseas, they're now at the center of a scandal that's rocking Capitol Hill to its core. Was a U.S. congressman harboring foreign technology? Was this an act of sabotage? And what does it mean for 2025 and beyond? Well, stick with me, guys, because this is only the beginning. So in the next few minutes.
So Nadler's got the same type of drone technology that they think was used from Ukraine to Russia on those warplanes. Nadler, this isn't just some, migrants or anything that he was housing. Like, he had some crazy dirt here. So this is the front end of the findings here. Honestly, this is probably just the beginning of a bunch of crazy stuff they're going to find out. And it's on top of this, like, I'm getting bombarded with all of this espionage news. The 2 Chinese nationals now have been charged with smuggling a dangerous biological pathogen into the U.S. called Fusarium graminarium. I'm not going to say graminarium. This is where I need BJ. The FBI arrested this Chinese nationals, Liu and Jian, for allegedly smuggling this noxious fungus into the U.S. that causes head blight, a disease of wheat, barley, and maize and rice, is responsible for billions of dollars in economic losses worldwide each year. So they're trying to sour our food supply with these, and honestly, like, Kash Patel, what? Kash Patel, last time I heard from him was Epstein killed himself. You guys, what are you saying? This case being sobering reminder that Chinese Communist Party deploys operatives to research and infiltrate our institutions and target our own food supply, an act that could cripple our economy. Smuggling known agro-terrorism agent in the U.S. Very, very interesting. So this is probably why all the damn Warhawk shit's been going on. It seems like both sides, like, a few months ago, the Republicans are like, oh, we want to be the party of peace. And now it's like everybody. Now we're surrounded by politicians that all are talking openly about this war with China. Well, The Last of Us, right, with the fungus thing. I can't watch the new Last of Us, though. Like the whole feminist fever dream. Joel dies, I can't deal with what it turned into. Speaking of feminist fever dreams, Katie Hobbs vetoes a bill has banned Chinese government and state-owned enterprise from acquiring property in the state. Maybe she'll just give it over to the Sinaloa cartel instead. Katie. So, with all this being said, there's a lot of shit to watch out for. Now, in crypto, does it make me money to worry about all this stuff? No. So that's why I sit here and, I understand what's going on, but, I'm more about, that's why the start of the show is all about where's our money going, how to make money. And you know what? Like, if you are interested in DeFi, if you are interested in trading, then get yourself in the Discord for Discover Investments Group. I need to try to get more active in both, but I'm balancing quite a bit of stuff right now. So, yeah, TCA and Prey, dude, like I loved the Last of Us game, and then the Last of Us 1, they had like that weird like bear scene where like there's two gay dudes like, you know, so happy they found each other, everyone else in the world is dead. Like that was fun. Like they weren't like weird about being gay, they were just gay, you know. So I was like, okay. But then I see just this constant like approach that Ellie, the young character, the girl character, she's, I don't know how to explain it, just something seems very off with the cultural picture that they're painting. Yes, I assumed her gender. She's a girl. A girl. So, you know, with all this being said, you guys, like this time frame in crypto is where a lot of people are going to be giving up. I talked about my general thoughts on where Bitcoin's going. You know, this morning, I still feel very strongly about this, and we've accomplished. It looks like we've actually accomplished kind of the front end of expectations here. I figured we'd pump up to about 114. We pumped up to 112 essentially, and then I expect that come back down to this 102 realm, which we absolutely did, and then a bounce from this level. This is what I was expecting. The 3-week green dot that we printed a few weeks ago to end up playing out too. This green dot historically it takes about 3 months to 5 to 6 months to end up playing out in total. So, and that being said, you know, if we have the lower end of expectations and it takes only 3 months for it to play out, that'll bring us to about was this July 14th. It goes to the upper echelon and takes longer to play out in full, and you end up in about October with it. So just keep that in mind. This is the general path that I think the market's taken. I think currently we are experiencing and going through this. And the next move up, I do expect to be in the 130 to 150 range. And then chaos comes out. Everyone's sad they sold, and everyone complains, and they buy greens and sell in the red. It's how this market works. So I love and appreciate you guys. Stay based. You know, look through the haze, look through the noise, think for yourself. Jason Casper's Chicken, totally. Send me all the info you want. I love you guys. Sufficient enough. BZ Fat Cat. Yo, Adrian. That dude who dropped, God, Byron. You're awesome. Dropping 20 memberships. Mackie. I love you guys. Sharon. I can't say the last name. David Middleton, DCA Pray. DC does crypto. Now, you know what? I'm going to get after it. I got a lot of stuff to do. But I'll be paying attention to the markets very closely. The Pump.fun release, hate it. I think that they're going to jeet all over the market just the same as they've extracted time and time again. And honestly, if they hadn't come in, I think Solana would still be above $200. So I love you guys. I'll see you very, very soon on the next show.